Welcome back to our continuing coverage of the North American Challengers Series. Now it's time for our second game between Team Liquid Academy and Dream Team. A lot of Team Liquid Academy's success really hinged on the man in the top lane, the Solo himself, Solo.
Yeah, Solo had a fantastic performance on the Shen with the 16 KDA, eventually getting to full items, becoming rather unkillable. He died that one time after his GA, but honestly, he was doing work for his team, and I think that the Shen ban is something you have to throw on now if you are Dream Team, because if you don't play that, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
I think that you have to be able to pick that up in your bans, because they banned the Trundle as well, right? And they banned the Trundle, so the Shen is pretty much going to come through 100% at that point.
Yeah. On the other side, though, his opponent in the top lane, Charong, wasn't quite as effective in the top.
Yeah, Charong, though, was effective from like a statistic standpoint.
Yeah.
Like the Rumble, here's the thing. If you pick Rumble, to justify the pick, you have to have perfect equalizers on the right people. And TLA played around that. TLA kept separating where Piglet was from where Golden Glue was, so he could never get an equalizer on both of them. They weren't standing next to each other, which was well played from TLA, but ultimately it was the highest damage champion in the entire game, was that Rumble top lane, but he had a lot of damage to deal to a super tanky Shen.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like from a statistic standpoint, it's a little bit deceptive, but his impact in the game, okay, rather good, got some picks, got some catches, played really well, but it's those last team fights, it's those final team fights are the ones that are game-breaking where that ultimate really has to matter.
Yeah, this is also an opportunity for Team Liquid Academy to really sort of clean up just a few of those tiny wrenches that they had. Piglet getting overzealous time and again. Just minor nitpicks, I guess, that we're looking for.
Yeah, it was really like, if we're being nitpicky, very bold from him. It looked like he was on a different page than his team a couple of times where he was saying, in order to close this game out, we have to be hyper-aggressive here because their team comp, once it gets behind, it's really hard to kind of close the game out. You're going to die. You're not able to actually force the issue and get those team fights. So they had to stay ahead the entire game, which luckily for them they did. But Piglet was saying, we have to just keep momentum in this. And because he did that, it took momentum out of the game for them. So they had to take more time.
In answer, though, Team Liquid Academy on blue side, hopefully going to be changing things up just a bit in this. You can see Nidalee Hecarim banned out once again, along with Zillion now.
Yeah. So
replacing that Vladimir, forcing Dream Team to ban it.
Yep. It is a red side ban. So far, the only ban that's been dropped, Azir and Trundle right now, left on the table in favor of the Rek'Sai ban from Dream Team.
Mm-hmm. So they do prioritize keeping Moon off that champion whenever they get the chance. However, Golden Glue, he's been playing a lot of Azir lately.
Yep, I think that he's been a fantastic Azir for actually a good while now. But he's a different type of Azir than the ones that like stay in the back and like keep stabbing people when they're really annoying. He's the one that's going to try to make that play. He's the one who's going to try to Shrima shuffle the entire team back in. Kind of similar to like the way the Bjergsen and Pobelter have been playing it recently, where you're just not that bot in the backline that's doing damage. You are that playmaker for your team.
Yeah. We'll see though how Dream Team are going to try to deal with it. They've got counterpick. Oh. We'll see who they give it to.
Yeah, counterpick for Azir is always a little arguable right now because whatever you counterpick with, it kind of gets shut down later. Like, even if it's Zed, it's like Zhonya's Hourglass is going to shut him down. His wave clear is not as good. His range isn't as good. What do you pick? Like, people are like, okay, Vel'Koz is okay into him. It's good into him. He can take Cleanse if you do take a Lissandra. So, honestly, there's a lot of things that Azir has to get away from these champions, to shut them down. And his late game impact is pretty much unrivaled right now.
Mm-hmm. Huge DPS late game if he can reach that point. But Dream Team, once again, very early Karma pick, prioritizing playing around that champion. We'll see if Charong takes Lissandra in the top, or if it's Peckinwolf who takes him in the mid, because that'll decide where that Karma ends up going, either to Norscarin or to Peckinwolf.
Yeah, I honestly think support Karma is the way that she should be played right now. She's just very lane dominant. She forces a lane swap out of your opponents, and building Athenes is not bad on her. You actually get to build an Ardent Sensor and give everybody attack speed as well, and give them bonus on hit damage. So I think that she gives everything that a mid lane Karma would really want to give her team. And there's a lot of mid laners out there that just have superior burst.
In answer, though, Team Liquid Academy, once again, picking that Nami force stunt. We'll see if Piglet takes a page out of Doublelift's book and goes back to the Lucian.
I think you have to play the Trundle here because it's the Shen. Shredding his resistances is so important, and that's why I said because the Shen was banned out, or the Trundle was banned out by Dream Team last time, that the Shen was able to be first round picked for TLA. Now that Trundle's still on the table, the Shen pick becomes a little worse, but still the global pressure is unrivaled in that top lane at the moment.
Yeah, we'll see what is going to be the next pick. 80 carry. Likely, yeah. Sivir once again locked in for Massacre, so he was landing some huge crits by the end of the game. He just needed to get an auto attack range.
Yeah. So this is a little bit all over the place because there's a lot of flex picks here. Could be Karma support, Trundle top, Lissandra mid. Could be Lissandra top, Karma mid, and then Trundle support. So it could be all over the place here.
Triple flex.
We really don't know where those first two champions are going. Only thing we know is that Massacre's going to play that Sivir, and that TLA finally have their comp rounded out.
Yeah, it's Lucian and Evelynn locked in for Piglet and Moon. Final pick, very quick, Acadian. The one trick returns.
Oh boy. So yeah, the Rengar, he could play top lane, and that's why like Acadian top lane Rengar was a big thing.
Yeah.
Plays the jungle as well. And so Acadian, I want to see what he's able to do here, because you can still, I believe, see where the Evelynn is with your ultimate, and see the location of her. You get her heartbeat, man. That's what he senses. He senses the heartbeat. You
Does
can be invisible.
have a heartbeat?
Yes.
Okay.
Most definitely. But yes, we finally know what this composition is. It's a lot of physical damage, but also a lot of shred. So that's good. The Trundle is going to help them round it out. And the Lissandra pick into the Azir, you're going to think that the Azir isn't allowed to really take teleport or anything like that this time. He's got to take that cleanse.
It's kind of a surprise, we're team fighting sort of team composition.
Yeah, and they're probably going to go after Piglet with that ultimate more often than not from Lissandra.
Yeah, we'll have to see how Piglet does, if he will be able to keep himself alive and not overextend, or if instead he will continue to make the same mistakes as last time. Because as you mentioned, to Piglet, this is a bit more of a relaxed environment.
Yeah, it is. It's something that he can take a little bit less serious because, like, let's be honest, it's a lower level than LCS. It's a lower level than World Championship. It's how you get there, right? So Piglet is taking a step back and saying, I'm burnt out. I've played for scrims week after week after week for many years now, and he's just taking a little bit of a step away. And he has said that it has rekindled his passion for the game. Like, he's been very vocal about the fact that this is a lot of fun for him. This is something that he likes doing. And I mean, he like tweeted before, like, Fabi, you want to play next week? So yeah. Fabi is becoming a little bit more of a mainstay on that main TL roster, and they're gonna have a big choice, big decision coming up, because Fabi will eventually become roster locked to come back into Challenger when he's played enough LCS games.
So he's currently roster locked out for this current week because he played the last 4 match games. If he plays an additional 4 on top of that without taking a break for a weekend, he won't be able to come back, I believe, until end of playoffs.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is like Challenger playoffs, right? Next week is the last week of Challenger for the regular season, and then there's a roster lock for playoffs, as well. So like, and the roster lock for playoffs actually continues, I believe. I believe it's like roster lock for playoffs, and then I think I think that winning roster is usually the one that has to go into promo, unless you're like coming down from a top team from LCS. I'm not 100% on that, but I think that there's probably 2 different ones. It's probably one for promo tourney as well.
Yeah, we'll get confirmation on those roster locks, but their opponents on the other side are Dream Team, who unfortunately weren't able to make it into playoffs for Challenger Series last split. They did make it back in, and they're in the middle of the pack. They're showing us some good things. They're showing us a little bit of bad things, but they're showing us some growth as well. But the game is about to go live, so update your votes with hashtag TLA win or hashtag DT win. We'll tally those as we get into this match. And there is a lot of hope for Dream Team.
Yeah, still. Yeah, and I just got confirmation to touch back on that. The roster lock is next week all the way through finals. So, still don't know if that means there's another roster lock for promo tourney or not, but but I believe that regardless, next week rosters lock, and then if Piglet is, or if Fabi is not eligible, then they cannot put him on the roster. He's not an eligible starter. He can't actually come in and play any of playoffs at that point, I believe.
Has to be Piglet.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was one of the things that they did so that you couldn't like take your 10-man, or just like last split, remember TLA or TL had a 10-man roster, So when the roster lock happens, you eventually go, what are your 5 on both teams? Because you can't list all 10. Because if they did that, they could run their entire LCS squad as their challenger team, win that, and then bring their LCS team back up and say, by the way, they're also playing playoffs. So great.
Yeah.
So there's things to prevent those loopholes, which does make teams have to consider this situation where they're swapping people out back and forth, especially between the leagues.
As a result, we are seeing some teams change, such as Team Liquid, and I believe that's the only team that's changed. Apex has actually not swapped anyone yet, even though they also have a proclaimed 10-man.
Yeah, that's true.
It's, in fact, 2 different teams.
That's true. But if they ever need to make an adjustment, Cloud9's really the only one doing a back and forth swap at the moment. Phoenix One was a little bit, but their roster was in the air. And I do want to talk about these compositions for a moment here because TLA, they're going to be playing to the bot side here. TLA want to avoid, and Norscare is actually going to protect his buff and get a really nice Soul Flare onto both Moon and Solo.
Yeah, just trying to harass them away.
Oh, but he doesn't actually follow them there, so he may have been able to pick up the smalls, but he doesn't. So yeah.
Yeah, teleport now used by Team Liquid Academy Solo to catch up with his duo in the top lane as the lane swap initiated by Team Liquid and followed through will result in very early turret take, and Dream Team do the same on the opposite side of the map. So again, might just trying to be dodged that duo matchup in a different situation this time.
Yeah, because you have the Karma poke, rather good. It's a safe lane as well for the Sivir. And I'm really interested moving forward at what Acadian's going to be able to do on this Rengar, because there's a team that knows how to play against Rengar. It's Team Liquid, because they have Rengar player. They have a Rengar player in their lineup. Dardoch was a Rengar one trick for a very long time. They're probably like calling him in, Dardoch, how do I play against this? What do we do? No.
What? How do you play against Rengar?
Yeah. But yeah, he does have a team to enable him as well, because he has a lot of speed ups. Biggest thing about Rengar is
Oop. It's faster than recalling.
Is it? He stalled the minion wave.
So actually taking a look at the death timer.
Yeah, it was 10 seconds is what I saw.
It's, well, yeah. I mean, with the time by, so it was 13 seconds.
It was 13?
When he died.
When he died? Okay.
So if he saved at least 5 seconds worth of time.
Well, he also freezes the minion wave. Like, that's actually really unique because it freezes the minion wave a little bit further on his side. Because that's the thing is the closer that a minion wave is to your turret, the more it's going to push out. So he froze TLA's minion wave closer to their turret. It's going to freeze a little bit harder. It's going to give Charong an opportunity to thin it out and get more CS from it than Solo. So overall, that's actually a good play. Like, I never thought I'd see the day where killing yourself is rewarded in this game. But, I mean, we had seen, like, Revive Evelyn back in the day for the jungle.
Yeah, we've gone full circle now.
But, yeah, that's an interesting thing. It can be punished in the future if teams catch on to it. But overall, it's a lazy man's recall.
Yeah. Calculated.
Yeah, I'll say it's calculated. He'll eventually tell me that it was.
Laziness is just a new type of efficiency. I'm not sure if Solo is actually in range for that experience.
He is.
Yeah, he did just get a level up, so he's able to catch a few of these minions as they die to the turret.
Yeah, they increased the range a long time ago so that you could pull off something like this when you're getting zoned from your turret, and it wasn't as punishing. Acadian, though, hanging out in the jungle. Solo is walking down here, though. They don't expect him to be on this side.
He turns it around for some damage.
Ooh.
Shadow Dash finds Acadian. He's forced to flash and get out.
Yep. Burns his flash. Solo and Moon both hold their summoners. So, Charong, taking some swings at the turret, but waiting, holding off until the minion wave is going to freeze.
Dardoch is probably standing behind them. If I were Rengar, I would invade right here.
Oh, man. No, I don't know about that, but I think that Acadian going for movement speed through and through. Like, I like that he has the Ionian Boots of Lucidity early on. You want to be able to flash bola people right in the face, run straight down mid lane, things like that. It is going to kind of suck that he doesn't have his flash at the start for his first gank when he hits 6, but you're just trying to rush to 6. And then go from there. So if he actually goes down bot lane, he'll get speed ups from Norskeren. He'll get speed up from Massacre. So jumping onto Piglet, Piglet has to be very careful this game.
Yeah. Once again, with the flash heal, he'll have to have quick reflexes along with stunt to escape that eventual Rengar threat. Chirong now
Moon had to flash.
getting a couple of chomps onto Solo as they are heading back towards that top lane environment. That is eventually going to push into Chirong, so Solo's trying to catch these minions and last hit as slowly as possible. And after that double lane swap, double turret take, doesn't seem like we're seeing too much outside of that, but still going to have to keep an eye on those junglers because it's an Evelynn and a Rengar.
Yeah, and it looks like Acadian is going to hit 6 off of this camp, maybe even go top lane. We'll see. Flash still available for Solo. And Moon left the area, so...
Yeah, he's got level 6.
Yeah, he's just kind of stalking right now. He got full charges of ferocity, so you know he's looking for something. Yeah, he's probably going to go for this top lane. Ultimate. It's popped.
Oh, heads towards Solo, who dodges with the Pillar of Filth. There goes a Bola to snare him down, and a second one. First blood, Acadian.
Yeah, no ability to use his flash there. Solo didn't dodge the first Bola. And even then, you dodge the first Bola. If you delayed him long enough, he's just going to get another one off that route. So, well, I mean, it happened. He did it. But Acadian got that first gank off his Rengar. He got the kill as well, so he's going to come back with even more damage and be well on his way to that warrior. Maybe even the Yomus. Some people will skip the warrior and go straight for Yomus.
Oh, wow.
It happens.
Straight for the armor penetration, Yomu's active.
Yeah, because if you just look at the difference between Warrior's same AD at this point. They're both 60. It's got cooldown reduction on it, so does Yomu's. And Yomu's has the active and armor penetration, whereas the get some mana back, no increase in experience, really. Like, it's just really the smite. Like, if you go for the smite upgrade and then you go Yomu's, sometimes we see that. And I think that is not a bad build at all.
We'll have to see what Acadian decides to do as he continues to build it out. Yeah. If he ganks once again, that cooldown boots means that Thrill of the Hunt is already more than halfway off of cooldown. And with that Drake spawn on the map, could be looking for a fast take, though they have been spotted out by a ward in the river.
Yeah, it's honestly a 2-minute cooldown right now for that ultimate. And Rengar is rather ultimate dependent, but every 2 minutes, you have to be on your toes around him early game. And now that he has cooldown reduction and he's going to try to stack even more on top of that, it just becomes... he's incredibly dependent on it, and it just becomes a huge amount of pressure because you can't keep as good of a track of his cooldown. It's funny because like you can even like look up online and be like, oh yeah, it's 130-second cooldown. And he's like, well, how much cooldown reduction does he have? He's got 40%. Okay, and then like doing the math and all that, it becomes really difficult. That's why you don't see people type like ultimate timers. They're just like, this ulti's down. It's not like ultimate this time.
List ultied.
Yeah.
No culling, no flash.
Team, where are you?
Assist ping.
Question mark.
That's usually my ultimate, or my pings. Enemy mid laner no ulti. Enemy mid laner no flash. While your screen
flash is good though. Tell me about the flashes.
Yeah, while your screen is sepia tinted, you've got to be able to get some sort of worth.
That's true. That's the thing is, if you die, you should sometimes talk more.
Yeah. Increase communication because you can. It helps your team.
You don't have to focus on anything else. Split push going on here, though.
Yeah, they're going to drop a culling.
More in the bot side, and they do have Shen, so Solo not level 6 just yet.
Acadian is down there, but decides to head back towards the mid lane, trusts that Massacre and Norskeren will have enough wave clear to keep that tier 2 safe as he returns to farming. But this means that Team Liquid Academy are free to take this Cloud Drake.
The coveted Cloud Drake.
The most coveted. I like it. I, for one, welcome our Cloud Drake Overlord.
Oh, man. Did you see, like, the potential changes to it?
I,
too, like mobility boots on everybody.
Well...
Yeah, like the 25... What is it, 25, 50, 75?
Yeah.
Movement speed? That's insane. Don't know if that's
But,
going to go through or not. We'll see.
I feel that comparatively right now, it's in a pretty healthy spot. Like 15 or 30 move speed even is pretty valuable compared to the enemy team when it doesn't have it.
Yeah, it's hard to appreciate, though, when it's out of combat. I've actually been chased down by somebody before, and this is the only time I really noticed Cloud Drake was I was chased down, and then after I was dead, I looked at my movement speed and went, I have 404, and he has 309 and 398. And I'm like, how did he catch me? I was like Cloud Drake. It was
Gotta be
damn
Cloud
Cloud
Drake.
Drake. I called Freak. It was 2 a.m. I was like, it happened. It happened. Cloud Drake had worth.
Freak was like, it's finally happening.
Yeah. He sat up from his bed and said, oh my God.
Took his sunglasses off. Dear God.
By the mother of puns.
Oh, man. Totally true story. Not fabricated.
Nope, not at
in
all.
any way, shape, or form.
Nope. True facts.
But I like the Cloud Drake. I think the Cloud Drake actually does quite a bit.
Yeah, it's all relative movement speed, though, right? It only matters if you are faster than your opponent.
Yeah.
But diminishing returns are a thing. Those soft caps at 415 and 490 mean a lot. So they actually reduce the effectiveness.
Dream Team now.
They do know that they're down here, though. They saw the Rengar with the ward. So Acadian, this is awkward. Is he going to make the best of this still, though?
He's waiting.
He's going to make the best of it.
Whoa, he actually dives on the stunt who gets snared. There's the Stand United. His heat flashes out. Acadian does not hesitate.
He got the exhaust and the flash and the Stand United for his flash, and that's it. So honestly, at the end of the day, that's worth it for Acadian. He can come back in 2 kitty minutes and get some sushi at that point.
Are those like cat lives?
Yeah, man.
Or dog years? What is it? Every dog lives 7 years for however many. One.
Dog years are 7 years for every 1 year.
7 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, Moon.
Dude.
Ba-da-ba-da! Oh, the exhaust! And he gets healed! Oh, no, he's snared!
It was an elaborate ruse all along! He got him! Norskarin with the outplay. He had flash and exhaust still available.
Yep.
And Moon not able to get away. Has to use his flash there. Didn't have the burst just yet. You don't have that much damage.
Oh, man. Moon's probably kicking himself. I had him!
Yeah, it's that risky play that you would go for in scrims, right? And
yeah.
He just goes for it. But that's going to be 2 kills going over to Dream Team, but they are going to lose this mid-turret, so it's only a 300 gold advantage.
That definitely ends up being worth for Team Liquid Academy, trading a kill to break down that mid-tier 1. As with no escapes or no one else to back up that Sivir, she can't really clear the minions out in time. Here it is again.
This is the, should I do it? I have Cloud Drake, so I can get a little bit closer, and ba-ba! And he had to use his W to close the distance, so not able to remove the movement speed debuff of the exhaust. And then the root, Norskarin played that perfectly. The E, exhaust, flash, and have the W tether on.
And
So
most
really well
importantly, the newest addition to the shop, it now closes when you take damage.
He's probably watching for that too. But did that actually happen just this patch?
Could have been a window
This
shopping.
is not. This is 612.
This is 612, yes. Oh, so that. Oh, you're right. It's not.
But people were saying it was
Not in front
it
of
was
it,
already
no.
introduced before, so I don't know.
It's one of those features that's like. When did they change it so that you lose the 0.25 seconds of invulnerability at the end of teleport?
Oh yeah. God. I mean, now it's like really low. It's like 0.1 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're backing, it's like 0.1 second window. Because the game updates and ticks. And speaking of ticks,
Oh, what? Hold on. Finish that thought.
what? He's gonna try to suck his blood.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Feast on his blood.
Good recovery.
Speaking of ticks,
Good recovery.
got him.
Oh man. See that's the question. Never doubt a caster's ability to talk his way out of a tricky situation.
Yeah. Tricky situation, huh?
Yep. Difficult or tricky or unexpected situation. Really any situation.
That's true. That's true.
Have you ever heard Riv make lunch?
Oh, we shoutcasts his lunch making ability.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of god tier at that.
It's pretty spectacular.
Nope. Speaking of god tier, Acadian though.
Oh, he catches Golden Glue, but Emperor's Divide says, get off me! I'm allergic to cats. Oh, but they might go in. Oh, he ults himself. Golden Glue is going to try to turn it back around. Stunt is caught by the snare. He's finally going to drop to Acadian. Meanwhile, Piglet again dashes forward. This guy knows only one direction, and it is in. Meanwhile, 3 members of Team Liquid Academy have died. Solo caught by yet another huge snare from Norskare, and they dive on the moon, and he goes down 4 kills for 1.
And Dream Team come up huge in that fight. Well played there from, honestly, everybody across the board. FLICKR, he did back off a little bit again, and he let everybody else do the damage. So we're going to have to see that again, because that was game-breaking right there. They just jumped to a 3K goal advantage. They get that middle turret, and they're going to get this Mountain Drake as well, which will help them in the long run secure even more objectives. Really well played there. The fact that they get the Emperor's Divide out so early, it lasts only 3 seconds now. It falls off rather quickly, and then they're able to re-engage. And Stunt plays his damnedest in this fight.
Yeah.
So they open on FLICKR, who immediately spell shields a lot of the damage, jump onto Golden Glue, cleanses, walks back, throws Root onto Moon, gets in. The ultimate from Peek and Wolf is actually exhausted, so Stunt would have died instantly, and I think Moon would have taken a huge chunk as well, almost dead. But they chase him down. FLICKR flashes forward at the right opportunity and gets the damage down onto Piglet after Piglet goes forward, which, we said it again, he's playing with a lot of hubris right now. And Piglet was the guy who gave Liquid their first 2-0 week last week.
Yeah.
And they might be splitting a game again. They might be splitting a match, 1-1. We'll see. But Dream Team just made this a series.
They certainly did. Now up to a 3,000 gold lead with a healthy number of kills. Back even in turrets, and arguably the most competitive Drake that isn't named Elder. Dream Team are going to feel very good about turning that fight and capitalizing on Team Liquid Academy's mistakes, not once but twice now, in order to get this advantage. Seems like they're finally learning over the course of this series.
I think the big part of this is they are using Acadian appropriately. They're using the speed ups on him. They're giving him everything he needs to get onto his targets, and he just ultied mid.
Oh, we
should be watching mid.
Golden Glue, oh! Gets caught by the bola. Second one is going to find his slow. Acadian, is he going to get the third bola in a row? He does. Despite the sun disc going up, Acadian gets the kill. 3-2-0.
Yeah, it's not just Acadian, though. Acadian has full stacks of ferocity. They sit way back in the lane, and then they wait for Golden Glue to show to clear the minion wave. They give him Sivir Ultimate. They give him Mantra Inspire, and he just runs straight in.
Yeah.
And he gets the root in the face, gets the ultimate off from Golden Glue, but Golden Glue doesn't have Cleanse anymore, or Flash. So then he just is able to run him down from that point onward. So they're playing this composition all around Acadian. They're putting all those eggs in the Rengar basket. It's going to work, though, for now.
Yeah, we'll have to see if those eggs will hatch, or if Azir will be like, nope, my eggs. And reclaim them for himself as the bird emperor of Shurima.
Well, I mean, he is kind of feeding those eggs right now.
Yeah, he's putting more eggs in the Dream Team basket.
I don't know how you feed an egg, but it happens. It happens.
Very carefully.
He's incubating it right now. Okay.
With his cold dead corpse.
Yeah. Whoa. This got dark.
0-2.
Woo. Woo. But I mean, Acadian's got 3-0. He's got 3 kills.
Yep.
No assists. Cats like birds, so I mean, this is pretty much, we're just watching nature right now. This is the Discovery version.
Hello and welcome to the Discovery Channel. Here you can see the
Here
Acadian.
The true facts of Rengar. You can see Rengar stalks his prey, chases him down, and puts the bird in another stranglehold.
I like how when we talk about Discovery Channel, you go to Sean Connery. That's just the next step.
He made him taste his steel. Regardless. Still, Acadian, they're playing around him. They're giving him all of the movement speed increases, and it's fantastic to watch teams play around Rengar because he's a very situational pick. He's been nerfed many times, and a lot of people are like, oh, he sucks now. It's like, no, you got to have a comp around him, and then this happens. Imagine if he was in his previous state, and then you do this? Like, that's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I remember, like, Dardoch last split was very close to pulling out the Rengar in his old state. And I think he got nerfed like a week later or 2 weeks later, and it was like, I was going to do it. It was really close.
Thinking about
really close. But
speaking of really close, you just saw Dream Team in the bottom lane. Recall completed for Acadian. Charong teleported and canceled it.
Yep.
And now he's going to end up trading some damage on the solo.
Yeah, but he's a level up right now.
Yeah, he's got Subjugate and the Ravenous Hydra.
Yeah, he's really far up right now.
So Dream Team in control of the game, despite thinking like they may have made a mistake, that Team Liquid might have been collapsing. They're still able to get away with it.
Yep. And Acadian's going to go back to farming the jungle. Black Cleaver looks like it's going to be his next item. He ended up picking up a Spectre's Cowl just so he can survive a little bit of the damage here. But look at this. They're looking for a submarine here. It's the ultimate, and there goes the Evelynn.
Yeah, Agony's Embrace. Shadow Dash, he's going to find only Peckinwolf, who ults himself. He's got his flash, so he's going to make it over the wall. But Golden Glue catches with a huge slide. Norscaran will follow. That submarine turned into a whole fleet of battleships.
Yep, but Baron on the table right now. Clear out this ward. Start the Baron up. Charong was on the opposite side of the map with no teleport. You get your top laner here. They're going to start this off. Acadian, he's a level up for the smite. He has his flash. This is going to be really rough.
Yeah, Charong being zoned away from the pit. Let's see if he's going to be able to do it. Subjugate now dropped by Charong onto solo. He's taking a lot of damage from this Baron. It's down to 3,500 health. Will they be able to get into the pit in time? Trying to burn through. Acadian's got his flash.
Oh!
He flashes and steals it by getting knocked out of the pit by the Emperor's Divide. It's going to be cleaned up by Team Liquid Academy, but Dream Team Acadian smite steals the Baron.
And he gets bounced right over the wall. Are you kidding me? That is the ideal situation for a jungler because he has no way out at that point. That's his flash. Rengar is stuck in there. And he gets bounced out. And then Massacre comes in and cleans up Dream Team again off of the back of Acadian.
They say cats have 9 lives. Well, Acadian, he must have 10 because he just got one for free, gifted over by Golden Glue's Emperor's Divide.
He's incubating that egg, man.
Yeah.
That fight, the first fight looked so good for them, but look at this. This is beautiful. That ward is not seen by that pink ward. That ward that's in the right part of the pit, it might be out of range. I'm not 100% on that, but they can't see it. They're not clearing it. Flash smite at 758.
Wow.
And I'm going to double check this real quick because
the smite damage that he can do.
Yeah, the smite damage that he can do at that level
was pretty close.
Because that is really close.
Oh, man. Meanwhile, Dream Team were able to pick up a few more kills outside of the pit in addition, so Team Liquid Academy at even more of a gold deficit right now. 6 kills down, up against a Baron up. 23 minute in, Dream Team now have picked up their second Drake.
So Moon's smite was 680 and Acadian's was 720, but last thing I saw was 758. So there must have been an auto that went in as soon as Acadian did, but that's out of Moon's smite range in terms of contemplation, because at that point you wait to see a 6 pop up. So you're like, okay, 600, it doesn't matter, 600, whatever. I'll E and do it at the same time.
But that is going to be Baron picked up by Dream Team. They might be looking to give the third split to Team Liquid Academy, who so far have only been able to take a single 2-0 against Nova last week.
Yeah, that's true. They went up against Nova. They got that 2-0 off of the back of Piglet. But Piglet this game, he's got to play scared. Acadian, level 14, tied for highest level in the game, higher than anybody on the team of TLA, but so are the solo laners of Dream Team, and they're starting these fights off, or at least recovering from the fights appropriately. That last fight did not go in favor of Dream Team at the very beginning. The catch out there, the submarine, Moon able to get in there and deliver solo and abuse the fact that the teleport was down, gave them map control.
Yep. So Team Liquid still making the correct plays to try to get themselves back into it, but Dream Team able to come back with some rather fortuitous smiting and a few kills to pick it up outside of the pit. But 25 minutes in, Dream Team have got Baron. They're going to look to break down some Tier 2 turrets. They did drop that bottom Tier 2 as we just saw, but need to recall and pick up a few more items before prepping for the mid and top Tier 2 turret. as Chirong does have his teleport up because he used it earlier and canceled it. It was on the reduced cooldown. So they could be looking for a potential double teleport play. Acadian has his ult as well, so Team Liquid Academy have got to be aware that they can't be caught out of position overextending. Because suddenly you'll have a Rengar popping at you, if not the rest of Dream Team.
Yeah, and the fact that Dream Team can all kind of engage with this comp, right? They can pillar you for the slow, the Sivir, the Karma, the Lissandra. Everybody wants to be up in your face, and it's so much pressure and so many things to keep account of that even if you're a screen and a half away, they're going to be able to close that distance very quickly. So yeah. It's not the same situation. Last game, TLA had an advantage, not an engaged comp. Opposite here. Advantage for Dream Team, engage composition through and through. They can throw by having a bad engage, but if you just play it by the book here and get your picks and use your Rengar appropriately in pink wards, then you can absolutely decimate and close this game out if you're Dream Team.
They've still got a bit of a ways to go. Have got 2 tier 2s, not to mention the inhibitor turrets to break through.
Yeah, but you can't really... This is the thing, they're going to split push. You can see Lissandra top. Pekin Wolf has the teleport. Chirong, bottom side, has the teleport. 3 people mid, but Acadian can go wherever there is somebody to slaughter and somebody that's easy to pick up.
Yeah, that Baron buff has now fallen off, so it's back to a regular style split push.
Acadian really wants one more stack of ferocity, so he might run by a minion and be like, hey, just give me that one. Or maybe throw like a bola at a camp or something.
Fly by bola. Mm-hmm. New airline from Rengar Industries. Fly by bola. It's not a very good airline.
No, I mean he's a cat, so it takes a brief jump. It's for island hopping.
Not very global sized, but no. Still looking to see if he can pick up a few more of those kills as Dream Team are sneaking more and more vision deep into Team Liquid Academy's jungle. And right now, Team Liquid Academy, as a result, are hugging their turrets.
Yeah.
As much as they can.
I don't know how much those turrets are going to save them, though, because we just saw Acadian dive a bot lane turret for stunt before.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, this man is willing to throw his life away for a pick. It hasn't happened yet where he's died, but we saw him jump into the pit with a flash and then get popped out, but he was willing to die for that play onto the Baron, or the chance of that play.
Mm-hmm. Things did work out for him. And now Team Liquid Academy trying to sit back and recover. Baron is now up in 40 seconds. Dragon in 20. This is going to be yet another of my favorite Drakes, the Cloud Drake. Team Liquid Academy would quite enjoy this, because it would allow them to run away. That's not true. My favorite Drake is the Ocean Drake.
Especially early.
Yeah, if you get 3 Ocean Drakes, it just does so much for you. But Chirong, not even going to care about solo. Eats a Shadow Dash, but he gets some good damage onto the turret. Acadian now completed his Guardian Angel. Going to be even more emboldened to dive into the enemy team if he can find an opening to do so. But those neutral objectives have spawned, and Team Liquid Academy are trying to pressure up the mid lane.
Trying to bounce back, and there's always the threat of a late game Azir, right? He has the Rylai's, he has the Nashers, and now he has the Void Staff to get through a lot of those resistances. But Chirong...
Oh my gosh, is he able to take the turret with Shen there? He is. Stand United onto Moon.
Oh, he interrupted it. So yeah, he pillared him to stop it.
Canceled.
Pillared him to stop it. Chirong, we'll see what he does, because he still has the Subjugate. He got a little bit lower.
Yeah, that was also Thrill of the Hunt used by Acadian.
Yep, back onto Baron, though.
Yeah, just going to look for picks, try to pull Team Liquid Academy apart while Chirong continues to push.
Chirong, they can't do anything about him. Look at Solo. Solo is useless against him. He does nothing. The Shen is so far behind, 3 levels down. Chirong is absolutely monstrous. He's going to get this inhibitor by himself. And he's going to... Is there a Shen on me? I don't know what there is. Speaking of ticks.
Yeah.
There's stuff you don't notice.
The Shen, they do nothing.
The Shen right there is actually the best ninja in the world.
To Chirong.
To Chirong.
He has no idea.
He has no idea he's there. It's like, what? Never has Shen been as good of a ninja
Except in this moment, whoa, Moon gets a good Agony's Embrace. There's a tidal wave that's able to knock up one. Golden Glue preemptively drops his Emperor's Divide. Acadian will drop his Thrill of the Hunt off of cooldown. Pickenwolf looking to re-engage. Piglet finds some good damage onto Charong, though. They aren't quite able to close it out, but Charong,
he's got to be
taking
careful.
a lot of damage from Piglet, who again dashes aggressively forward and is not punished this time as Acadian is split.
Yeah, and right there you saw one of the reasons that picking Rengar into Shen is a little risky is the W, the dodge zone, really shuts down Rengar. And is one of the reasons we weren't seeing a lot of Rengar play before was Poppy's W. You just sit on top of your AD carry or your mid laner, high priority, and pop your W. And the Rengar gets stunted. The Rengar can't jump in, can't assassinate, can't do what he wants to do. He'd have to flash Bola and have to have that off of cooldown to do so. But I definitely think that this Shen could pose some problems in a team fight if they do get the perfect W off.
Pressure is rising for Team Liquid Academy as Dream Team are now up 10,000 gold. Haven't been able to secure that second Baron just yet. Haven't decided to take that third Cloud Drake. Might be waiting it out to deny Team Liquid Academy the chance to come back into this game by removing the impact of a late game Dragon. And Dream Team, I don't think they spot Moon as he's sneaking around just a bit, but he is continuing to look for those submarine plays, especially now that his Stand United is coming back up on to solo.
Yeah,
Massacre. Massacre.
Yeah, Moon just keeps trying to assassinate Massacre. He has a build that's built for that, but he doesn't have a lot of gold right now. Moon is very far behind, 3,000 gold behind.
Oh, Charong looking for the flank. Decides not to go in with the rest of his team split, but now that means that Team Liquid Academy have to go through Dream Team if they want to get their way towards the Baron, which is being started up and shredded through by Dream Team. Single Mountain Drake doing a little bit extra for them. There's a flash over the wall, but it is picked up by Dream Team. On the Hunt is used along with Thrill of the Hunt. Pickenwolf gets knocked away by Golden Glue, but he's dropped as Massacre does so much damage. Charong chases forward, stunt, falls, triple kill by a lot of members of Dream Team as they chase onto Piglet. He will also fall. Solo, the sole survivor, watches as his team goes down, and with Baron buff, Dream Team could look to end the game.
Yeah, they're going to look to push down possibly the mid, but it looks like the teleport down to the bottom side from Pickenwolf to shove this wave in. They're going to try to go for the jugular. They're going to try to go for the game end right here. They have some super minions, and they have that inhibitor down for a good while. Clear out the minion waves. You have 10 seconds on Moon. And you have a lot on those wave clear champions. They have a Mountain Drake. They have the Baron. They're going to try to end it here.
Yeah, that's going to be Nexus turn number 1 going down. Number 2 falls despite Solo. They're trying to clean up this fight, but they don't quite have enough onto the Nexus. And Dream Team will answer back in game number 2 and tie it up 1-1.
And Dream Team make it a 1-1 series and bring TLA to their third tie. Still struggling to get up the standings there for Dream Team, but this is big for them because right now they are tied. They're in that group where it's Nova, Dream Team, Apex, Pride, and they all have 4 points. They just got through their match against TLA and took a point off them. Next week, they play Apex Pride, who they're tied with, who's playing Cloud9 Challenger today. So Apex Pride may not get any points today, and then that becomes a death match that Apex Pride has to 2-0 next week if that's what happens, because if they split 1-1, you still have a one-game advantage.
Depending on the outcome of the match that's happening later today. But now for more on that game, we want to talk and welcome to Dream Team's Acadian via Skype. Acadian, congratulations on taking that series 1-1.
Thank you.
How did that feel over the course of that series? Able to come back with some very impressive Rengar hunts in game 2.
Okay, so we kind of planned for Moon picking Evelyn, and we knew that he was gonna potentially do it. So I was just like, he's a legacy Evelyn player, I'm a legacy Rengar player, and if he picks Evelyn out, like my ult gets to see Evelyn or whatever. So I don't know. I didn't play Rengar too much, to be honest, but I don't know. I just pulled it out and we ended up winning. So
yeah.
But You were a one-trick Rengar player, correct?
I was a one-trick Rengar. Well, sort of. Rengar Yasuo, but yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Thanks, man.
Rengar pretty much.
I ran into him in solo queue the other day.
Making our solo queue. Oh yeah,
thanks, bro.
A little unhappy about that.
I don't play top. He plays top. No.
Wait, dude, I played top like a year ago.
Okay.
I never played. Anyway, doesn't matter. That Baron steal though.
Yes.
What was the reaction like when you got that Baron and you got popped back over the wall?
I didn't even notice it at first, and then after I was like, wait a second. I flashed in, I got ulted out by Azir, and then everyone was like, yeah, cool, dude, stay focused. I was just like,
let's not get too crazy.
Yeah, walk us through what's happening right here.
I don't know. I mean, I just saw a bunch of damage going over, and they did this thing where they like stopped Baron at 3k and just couldn't decide what they were gonna do, I guess. And then they finally just decided to try to finish, and I had a ward on it, so I just flashed and stole it. It's just one of those situations that you never want to be in. Like, I feel bad for Moon kind of, because you never want to be in a 50-50 situation, and they 50-50'd it, and he lost. So.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, mid laner, support, keep him out. Yeah. Like, honestly.
I mean, he kept me out, you know?
He was able to.
He did.
Not in the way he was hoping for.
Yeah, that's always a tense situation as well for you, because you said they stopped it at 3k. They did that in the previous game against your Rek'Sai, and they made you have to go for the whole timing thing, right? So it's one of those situations, but I have to talk a little bit more about your schedule coming up, because you guys just split 1-1 against TLA, which is fantastic for you in the standings, because right now you were tied with Nova and Apex Pride, and one of those three teams has to drop out for the 4-team playoff. And you guys play Apex Pride next week. You guys think that they're going to be the ones dropping out, or do you think it's you or Nova?
I think Nova's dropping out. I think Nova is the 5th team right now. Enix is the weakest, and then Nova's 2nd. I think Apex are a little bit... Well, if you take everything based off scrim results, I think Apex are a little bit stronger, but yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to see if that happens. Now, obviously, Dream Team, you guys are expecting to be able to make it into playoffs. Are you just going to be stopping there, or is it Dream Team in the LCS next split?
I mean, a big thing with our team is we have really strong macro play. All our players understand like how to play the game at a high level. So I think, honestly, we could probably make LCS. I mean, we've had now 2.5 weeks with a normal roster that hasn't changed at all. So
yeah,
hopefully it's just going up from here.
Yeah, and final question for you, Acadian. You even talked about swapping from top lane, right? You've been showing a whole lot of resilience and passion for making it far with competitive League of Legends. Like, what's kept you going? Because you've been around the challenger scene for a couple years now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I put so much time into it that I was thinking like, if I don't, I seem like I'm doing better now, and if I don't like make it into LCS, then all the time that I spend is just like completely wasted. So, and I mean, if I didn't have the results that I was getting now, where I'm like actually getting on good teams and I'm actually like playing better, I think I would have quit a while ago. But I'm I don't know. It's just you got to keep working at it. That's the dream, you know. You want to get into LCS, and I wanted to get into LCS for a while, so I'm just trying to work really hard to get it.
All right, keep at it, man, and stop smurfing. Get out of my elo.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good, man.
All right. Well, Acadian, once again, congratulations on the split. Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck.
Thank you.
All righty. Well, there's still more league action coming your way with Enix and Nova warming up in the wings for their second game of the night. Stay with us.
I want my LP back.
You're never going to get that LP back. It's gone forever. Ba-da-ba-da! Oh, he's lost, and he gets healed. Oh, now he's snared. Oh, but they might go in. Oh, he ults himself. Golden Glue is going to try to turn it back around. Stun is caught by the snare. He's finally going to drop to Acadian. Meanwhile, Piglet again dashes forward. This guy knows only one direction, and it is in. Trying to burn through. Acadian's got his flash. He flashes and steals it by getting knocked out of the pit. There's a flash over the wall, but it is picked up by Dream Team. On the Hunt is used along with Thrill of the Hunt. Pick and Wolf gets knocked away by Golden Glue, but he's dropped as Massacre does so much damage. Jerome chases forward. Stun falls. Triple kill.